The gloves are coming off. We're about to go full court press. It's time to play ball. Listen in as we tackle everything in the world of sports right now. Throw your hat in the ring at 516-572-7440. Huddle up. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Oh, I am not the voice you thought you were going to hear.
No, definitely not.
Sorry. Nick Ornberger is on hiatus today. He is wrestling a bunch of pilgrims.
Of course he is. Why am I not surprised?
Listen, Nick might win. He might
win. I don't know if he's big enough for the Pilgrims.
Oh no, he's tall.
He's tall, but is he big enough?
He might be.
I don't know. Ross, what do you think? You think Nick's big enough to fight Pilgrims?
No.
Oh, come on.
Wow,
Give
Ross.
Nick some credit, Ross.
Wow, Ross.
Come on, man.
Not boxing size. Not boxing size.
He's not size.
So, we're very good at what we say, but the people got to know who we are. You are listening to WHPC Sports Talk here on The Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Eric Bichetti, alongside me, Dan Morales.
You know who it is?
Oh, yeah, of course. And, of course, Ross Levine. What's happening, Ross?
No, it's doing great.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He's chilling.
And you know why you should?
Jacket.
And you know, yeah.
He wears that every time.
Yeah, it's okay. He's got good.
It's a nice jacket too. I'm not saying it's a bad jacket.
It actually is a very nice jacket. I really enjoy that jacket. You know, it's a good time to be a Yankee fan. But you know what else is a good time to be? It's a good time to be a football fan. All right, because guys, breaking news this afternoon was Kyler Murray, the Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma, back-to-back Heismans from Oklahoma.
Back to back.
He committed. He committed to football.
He did. I saw that today. He did commit to football. And Eric, what do you think? Do you think this is a good move for him? You don't think he should have chose baseball?
You know, it's funny you mention that because, you know, Dan, I know that you and I went to the same school, but, you know, years apart, I wanted to play baseball, and I know that you played football.
Yes.
So we can see both sides of this baseball. Mm-hmm. If you're on board with that, he would have had a longer career.
Yep.
But, you know, to me, he would not have been in the spotlight if it wasn't for football.
Yep.
And on the football side of it, obviously, you get pounded every single week.
He's 5'11".
Yeah, but I don't know if that bothers me.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me because Russell Wilson's a great quarterback. Drew Brees, great quarterback. It doesn't bother me, but it's one of the things that is listed.
It seems like a standard.
It's a standard, like, oh, he's 5'11". He might not, like he has that, his bust potential is higher when he's shorter, in my opinion.
Of course. Now, there's a lot of...
But I'm not taking away from his
no,
I think if he gets the Giants draft him, that him, Saquon Barkley, Odell Beckham Jr. would be absolute fun just to watch. And they may not be good their first year.
No, because Eli's going to start if he gets drafted.
Yeah, and so we have Kyler Murray to be groomed by Eli Manning 1 year, come in Patrick Mahomes style, and maybe light things up and electrify the Giants offense. But then you get an offensive lineman in that time. We'll talk about their needs. We need to talk about the Giants' needs. So then you get offensive linemen and stuff in the offseason.
They need help. But
Nate Solder's the highest paid offensive lineman, and he's bad.
He's not bad. He was trying to do the work of a rookie, so therefore his workload increased. He's going to be fine this year.
Khalil Mack put him on his butt.
Okay, Khalil Mack put
everyone
on his butt. Khalil Mack sacked Aaron Rodgers with his back. All right, so don't talk to me about Khalil Mack. That's just a different story altogether. But
man's an animal.
He is an animal, but this is an interesting case here because Kyler Murray could be the first player drafted in the first round of both baseball and football. Now, he was already drafted by the Oakland A's.
Yep.
He left a lot of money on the table.
He did.
He's a first rounder. Because now that he's committed, teams are going to take a chance on him.
Yeah.
The team that I heard that is willing to take him, because I think a lot of teams are scared to take him, is Miami. Think about it.
I mean, Ryan Tannehill is going downhill. So
Ryan Tannehill is out.
I mean, he's gone. He's bad.
He's not a Dolphin anymore.
No, he's about to not be a Dolphin. The Dolphins have been very clear in saying we are moving on from Ryan Tannehill. And I think that is a great decision because...
He always beat the Jets for some reason.
Well, you know what? The Dolphins play well against the AFC East. They just can't play well against everyone else.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But... as a fake Dolphins fan, I try and pay attention to them as much as I can. But with the limited amount of time that I watch the Dolphins whenever they play the Jets, because they're always on, Ryan Tannehill is a non-factor to me.
Yeah.
Because he's always hurt.
Yeah.
He could be Dan Marino.
Yeah.
He could be Bob Greasy. He could be Earl Morrall. What good is he if he's always hurt?
Yeah, very true.
It's not worth it. It's wasting my time. Now, if I'm the Dolphins, obviously, the biggest need for them is quarterback, and then everything else.
Yeah.
Right? So if I was Miami...
I mean, they do have a few good players. So Kenyon Drake's not bad.
Kenyon Drake is very good. Devontae Parker's very good. You would think after losing Jarvis Landry, that wide receiver core would take a hit. Kenny Stills is still...
Kenny Stills pretty good.
Amendola's pretty good.
Amendola,
yeah.
Amendola was a huge addition. The veteran presence, the AFC East presence. He's played with the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. But you know what? Does that overhype him? Maybe a little bit. But I think he's a great piece to have on your team, honestly. But just go back to Kyler Murray. There is obvious question about his size. Will it be able to translate to the NFL? But if you had to ask me, the top quarterbacks in this draft right now, this second, it's Haskins at number 1.
Yeah.
That's the best quarterback in this draft.
Dwayne Haskins, yep.
Then it's Kyler Murray. Then it's Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Then maybe you can throw in Daniel Jones. Maybe.
Or
Or Will Greer.
I like Will Greer better than Daniel
Jones. I love Will Greer. He went to Florida, so I know how he plays.
Yeah.
But, then he transferred to West Virginia. And he still played really well. But Will Greer is going to be a first-rounder, I would think.
Didn't
maybe
he get in trouble for drugs or substance abuse policy, like PEDs or something? And that's why he transferred to West Virginia.
I don't fully know, and I should know, but
I know he didn't get kicked out of school, but got banned from playing
football.
football.
That happened. I just don't remember if that was at Florida or West Virginia.
No, it was at Florida. I remember because he was like the hot quarterback coming out of Florida, and they're going to be really good.
Yeah,
and then he transferred to West Virginia.
He was, because you know who the quarterback was before him?
Who?
Jeff Driscoll.
Yep.
You remember him?
Nope.
Nobody does. So, but he transferred too. But anyway, we digress. Kyler Murray's size has been a huge factor, but this guy can play very, very well. Now,
he's competitive.
He's very competitive, but you brought up the Giants drafting him.
Yes.
I don't think that will happen. I don't think the Giants will take a flyer on Murray because Haskins has been linked to the Giants a lot.
Yeah.
So, and
I'm not saying Dwayne Haskins isn't a bad pick for the Giants.
No, he's not. But the thing that people fall in love with, Kyler Murray is a dual threat. Yeah. He can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with his arm.
Yeah.
Giants fans have been falling in love over that because the most consistent thing that we've seen over the year is Eli Manning. And Eli Manning obviously cannot run. I remember him rushing a couple of times. I remember him beating Jason Taylor to the corner in London against the Dolphins. That was probably the longest run of his career because I couldn't remember anything else before that. I remember him running in for a touchdown in 2017 when everyone was hurt, and he was the best player on the team, obviously, because
he ran once, by the way, against the Colts.
He did. Yeah,
see,
we can count on maybe a hand how many times we've seen Eli Manning run for a big game.
I can count on one game how many. I can count like maybe my toes too. How many times Kyler Murray run in one game?
Yeah, but that's the thing. People fall in love with the mobile quarterback because they think that's what you need in today's football. While they are potentially right,
I think it's working in college, but then when you get to the NFL, it's just completely different.
I don't think so.
I think
Cam Newton, perfect example.
Yeah, but he had to learn from being running to being a pocket passer because he's getting taken beatings. And he still takes beatings, and they don't call it when he's actually playing quarterback because he's 6'4", 250 pounds.
Cam Newton still runs.
He still runs
a lot.
Not as much as he did in his rookie season.
Yeah, I get that. But the point is...
Now he only runs for like the 1 yard, the 2 or 3 yards, the touchdown, like the 2 yard line. I have not seen a 50, 48 yards to 47 yard Cam Newton run since like his second year.
Listen, I'm scared whenever Eli Manning comes out of the pocket. I feel like he's going to get clocked, which happened a couple of times. But the problem is, even the quarterbacks that aren't, big runners, like Tom Brady, I've seen him run a lot when he needs to. He
got laid out early.
He did, but the thing is, if Brady needed to run, he was going to run. If Manning needed to run, I'm convinced that he's not going to do it.
Down.
He falls down when there's no one near him.
Yes.
But I can say that because it's funny. And as long as you win, it's funny. When you're not winning, it's terrible.
It's like, why are you falling down? Like, you could have, done something.
But here's the thing. If you had to make me choose between Haskins and Murray, I'm still taking Haskins. Mm-hmm. I think while Kyler Murray might be the better player, I think Haskins is the better fit.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, Ross, what do you think of the situation? Obviously, you're a big Giants fan also, so what do you think of it?
I just want to see a guy that can actually move in the pocket because I'm done seeing a guy that's just going to stand there and not move. I mean, Eli's done that the way too long. I've seen that for, what was it, 13, 14 years, 15 years?
04.
Exactly. So
you also need to move when your offensive line is bad.
See now that's the thing. Eli really never trusted an offensive line because he always had happy feet. Everybody knew that. He even had happy feet just a little bit at Ole Miss, honestly. But when he came into the NFL, obviously, the offensive line that comes to mind is O'Hara, Chris Neal, David Deal. That was a great offensive line.
Yeah.
But it wasn't otherworldly. You gave him time. And as long as you gave him time, he was going to kill you.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. Sometimes he overthrew, sometimes he underthrew. But when he was right, oh my goodness, you did not want to face him. You still technically don't want to face him. I would think that if you're an opposing fan in prime time, figure last 4 minutes of a game, I think you're scared of Eli.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that as a fan. Honestly, were you this year against the Giants? Huge Panther fan.
Yep.
That game, that was the first game that the Giants scored over 30 points when it mattered since the end of Tom Coughlin's era.
Yeah.
Were you scared of Eli?
I mean, not really, because I always know in the back of my head, like I knew if Camden got the ball, we're gonna go and score. But
yes,
but no, I'm not. Eli Manning. Like that season, he did not look good.
It was this year.
It was this year he didn't look good, but he was catching heat. I was a little nervous, but I'm not saying I was overly scared. It's Eli Manning. Like
I'm not expecting you to sweat over Eli Manning.
No, but I was sitting there. I'm like, he looks like he did something, but I'm expecting a pick. He's gonna throw an interception anyway.
Well, you were correct.
Yeah, and that's what he did. And I was like, field goal, Graham Gano, 63 yards. Goodbye.
And he missed several field goals after that.
He did.
Over 50 yards.
He did.
It's like just our luck. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Honestly. So let's talk Kyler Murray. Obviously, he left a ton of money on the table for him going to football, but he gained a lot of publicity going to football as he would for baseball. Guys, I want to know, do you like his decision?
I mean, I said previously on the show that I think he should go to football.
I did too. I agreed with you.
Yes, you agreed with me, Eric. And so Nick Ortenberger, who is not here today, disputed us. Haha, Nick. And I think he should go to football because that's the sport that he earned his spotlight in, was football.
Yes.
He earned his spotlight in football. He didn't earn it in baseball. Yeah, he may be a good baseball player, but
he's a really good baseball player.
Where did he make his, blow up? Where he blow up was
where did he mark his spot?
Heisman Trophy winner. Runs down the sideline going 80 yards. Like, he made his life, his publicity, all football.
Russ, what do you think? Do you like his decision?
Yeah, I like his decision. If he's better at football than he is at baseball, I would go football. I think because he's small. I mean, look, Drew Brees is small. He's great.
Russell Wilson's small too.
Yeah, and he's great. And Cam Newton's, well, he's actually not that small. But
Cam Newton's pretty tall.
Yeah, but I don't watch college football a lot, but have you ever watched Kyler Murray play?
I have. Yes, I have.
What do those guys remind you of in the NFL?
Like the quarterbacks like Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
They honestly remind me, and Dan, I know you watch a lot of college football too.
Yes.
The way he runs, it reminds me of a running back that can throw, honestly.
No, to me, he looks like a track star. Like, he looks like one of those high school track athletes that can just run that. They're had the best state time. Like, he looks like one of the, when he's running down the sideline, he looks like he's sprinting and he's not gonna stop no matter what. He doesn't look like a running back. He's not that build for it. He looks like Russell Wilson faster.
Russell Wilson,
man, a little faster.
Man,
maybe Darnold.
No, not that. No.
Darnold reminds me of Wilson a little bit of Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
How?
Yeah,
Sam Darnold a little, because I saw the game when he played against Buffalo.
Okay.
When they played against the Bills. When that play,
was that the blowout?
No. The Jets won this game. It wasn't the.
Oh no, McCown started the. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
No. The game when against Bo, Darnold did play this game when he came off the injury. He ran circles, literally, and so, and then he threw the dart to Anderson or something like that. So it reminded me, that play alone.
Okay.
Remind me that maybe he can be a little bit like a Russell Wilson type guy.
Well, there's only two things that I would burst your bubble over.
Yeah.
Number one, that's just one play, because I don't remember seeing him do that a lot. And number two, this is only his first year. I'm not gonna compare him to anybody, because that's clearly not fair. Yeah. It's not even fair to compare Baker Mayfield to anybody. This guy was the first overall pick and almost won Rookie of the Year, which, I would have been okay with, but because I understood, because the quarterback position is a lot more important than the running back position, but Barkley deserved it. Haha, right pick. I'm just saying. I'm just saying Barkley was the right pick. So, I think we're all in consensus here that Kyler Murray did the right thing here in choosing to go to football. But can this hurt him? Because obviously football, you're in the prime spot. Look at what happened with Bo Jackson.
Hold on, Eric. I completely understand you. I was also torn by which way he should go if I was in his spot, because there's pros and cons to both.
Of course, yeah.
To me, since I'm a football player, I would choose football. If I was in the same position as Kyler Murray, I would choose football for the reasons that I said. Like, he got a spotlight from football, he got all his achievements from football, he got his publicity from football. But time, how long are you going to play in the NFL?
Yeah, longevity.
Not for long. That's what it stands for.
Well,
like, how long are you going to play in the NFL? And then the MLB, you can play for 10 plus years,
sure,
and have a great career, but you don't know if he could have that great 10-year career.
But you also don't know if he's going to be a great football player either.
MLB, you have 1 year where the guy's really good, and the next year he's absolute garbage.
Yes, David Freese. David Freese in the World Series was otherworldly, and then he was never the same. He hasn't been the same yet, but maybe that's just like a short series, so maybe that's not the greatest example.
Like, who knows if he's going to be like a Bryce Harper, Manny Machado? Like, he's not going to be. Like, I don't think he's on that level.
No, but just think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Kyler Murray, if he went to baseball, he wasn't going to be a major leaguer right away.
Yeah.
Which means that he would have spent how many years? About 3 years, 3 years in the minor leagues riding a bus?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Paid big bucks to ride a bus, too. Imagine that.
There's a huge difference between riding a bus in single A than holding a clipboard at the NFL. I'd rather do the NFL.
I'd rather hold a clipboard.
Listen, Dan, I'm a baseball player. Yeah, I would rather play football if I was Kyler Murray. Number one, because there's a huge chance that I might get to play my first year, depending on the team, depending on the situation, whatever.
Yeah.
Unless you're... I can't even think of anyone that started Bryce Harper, maybe?
Yeah.
Unless you're Bryce Harper right away at 19 years old, you're not going to get your shot right away. So, if anything, I think that he left money on the table with the Oakland A's to make even more money in the NFL because, listen...
there are risk factors both ways.
But it's marketing,
but the
Dan.
market, yes, I understand, but the risk factor is for football is that he might not play long, might not make that money, but if he does, he's going to make a lot of money.
Would you rather play 4 years as a starting NFL quarterback or 10 years as maybe a fourth outfielder?
I mean, how much do I get paid?
It doesn't matter.
I'd probably do a 4 year for NFL.
Okay. But that's why. That's where all the money is. All the money is in the NFL right now. Yeah. And that's where a lot of these players are going because that's quick, that's easy. Well, not easy, but it's quick, easy money depending on your level of talent. Okay? Because in baseball, you could be one of the best baseball players that people have ever seen. You're still not going to start right away.
But the one thing that... talking about money in a one way is that MLB you get guaranteed money.
Correct, yes.
If you get guaranteed money, NFL you don't get guaranteed money. You get hurt, torn ACL, you're done.
Which, I agree with you because, NFL, you can obviously get hurt easier playing football than baseball, but that's where, that's a gray area. You're right. See, you had me at a loss for words right there. That's a gray area.
Because guaranteed money. Say he gets like $22 million contract with like $10 million guaranteed. He has $10 million already. NFL gets the same contract, but he doesn't have that guaranteed money. And say he like ruptures Achilles, tear an ACL, something really bad happens, and he can never play football again.
I get it, but
nothing. He gets like maybe a couple $1,000s. Maybe.
There are people that have really, really messed up their baseball career from having a horrible injury. Like, who was the guy in the in the playoffs against the Dodgers for the Mets? Was that Ruben Tejada?
Ruben Tejada, yeah, Tejada with his knee.
Yeah, with his knee. Is he playing right now?
Nope.
See, that was a freak injury.
That was freak.
By a very, very dirty play.
Yeah.
That can happen in baseball,
I mean,
too.
I didn't like him that much anyway, but like...
Either way, he's not playing right now. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I understand.
You can still get hurt either way. Just with football, it's easier to get hurt.
Yeah.
However, it's easier to make money in the NFL than it is with baseball. And especially, you're going to get more publicity in the NFL.
Yes, but I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying,
I know.
I know, we're just having a good argument right now, and I like it.
It's not even an argument.
What do you take on our conversation right now?
I mean, in terms of Kyler Murray, I think both sports can be dirty. They can. Baseball and football, they both can be dirty, but I think you're more likely to have dirty plays in football more than baseball, just because, I mean, baseball, let's face it, that was a dirty play.
I hate Chase Utley.
I do too.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
But
Appreciate
also, football, you can have a hard hit to your helmet, right? Mm-hmm. You could literally be injured. You could be on the. You could be like laying on the field.
Remember what happened with Joe Flacco and Kiko Alonso?
Oh my God! I watched that play so many times.
I watched that play live. I was pissed. I was pissed at Alonso.
Oh my God! I love my favorite part about that play, from me being an offensive lineman personally, was the offensive lineman running over Kiko Alonso after that play. I remember that. It's because like offensive lineman, you protect your quarterback. First of all, Joe Flacco was sliding. Mm-hmm. First of all, I'm like, wow, that's such a dirty play. No one, even the Dolphins probably thought, damn, that was dirty.
And he's known for that. But hold on, you bring up an interesting case. Protect your quarterback.
Protect your QB at all costs.
Where this is the NFL, where if we saw it in the championship game with the Chiefs and the Patriots, Brady gets slapped 10 yards. This is a league where you protect your quarterback a lot. Now, does that help him being a quarterback? Obviously, yes.
He's also not a big quarterback, so he's going to get all those calls.
And you know what? I think that would help, because the more calls you have...
Because if he was 6'4", 250 pounds, like Cam Newton...
You're an easier target.
You're an easier target. Like Cam Newton lady gets blown up sometimes. Yeah. Because they say, oh, he could run.
And you know what? They just don't like him. I don't know why.
I mean... A lot of people don't like him, and I understand why. Like, he's sometimes really cocky.
He's too honest.
He's very honest. But I love that in my quarterback. He's such a. I love the way he plays. I think I hopefully this surgery goes well, and he have a very. Hopefully, we'll pick it back up and have a good season next year.
Now, I want to talk to you guys, and I wish Nick was here to get his take on it. I want to talk to you guys about Kareem Hunt.
I saw this on my phone when I was in class today. I was like, oh my God!
Signs a 1-year deal with the Cleveland Browns.
The Brownies.
Well, that's not a surprise.
I'm very surprised, actually.
I mean, if I was one person on the Browns, I'd be like, oh my God. Nick Chubb.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, oh, Nick Chubb had a great season. And Kareem Hunt's back. And it's just been 1 year, so you know he's already in shape. You know that he's going to come back looking for a second chance. You know he's going to play like it's his last. You know that.
No, I get that. But, I feel like this came, very, very soon.
It came very quickly. I wish Nick was here for this. He would be screaming left, right, and center right now.
No, but here's the problem here. The NFL really is so two-faced.
But this is so wrong with the NFL, what they're doing with this. It's been literally less than a season, and this guy's already back with the team.
I get he's already back with the team, but here's the thing.
That's just not okay. They need to be... He should have a 3-year suspension or something, or 2-year suspension.
Do you find it ridiculous...
you get released from a team for criminal, domestic abuse, whatever.
He hit a woman.
Substance abuse policy doesn't matter. You should get suspended for at minimum a year or 2 before you can come back and sign with the team.
Listen, whatever side you're on,
it's literally less than a season, Eric.
I know. Whatever, and I think this happened in January, maybe December or something.
It literally happened in the middle of the season.
Did it happen towards the end of the season?
Yeah,
I think so. Look, whatever side you're on, it looks bad. It looks like Kareem Hunt basically kicked a defenseless woman on the ground. Now, I want to ask you an honest question, all right? I really do, because this has been bothering me since I found out that Hunt was just signed by the Browns.
Yes.
Which, I get it. You're signing him for the name. Great player. But this kind of ruins your backfield, because you have Duke Johnson, you have Nick Chubb back there, who have really held their own. But no, wait, hold on. Let me just ask this first before I lose it. Do you find it very ridiculous that Josh Gordon, who smoked weed, had a lot of trouble getting back into the NFL more so than Kareem Hunt did just now?
I can't agree with you, because one, they're going to legalize marijuana in most states,
but it doesn't matter. It took him forever to get back.
It took him forever to get back. 2, this man kicked the woman on the ground, and he's come back in less than a season. Where's the equal scale here?
I'd rather my players smoke weed than hit a woman.
I agree.
Just get involved with the law in general. I'd rather them smoke weed.
I'd rather smoke. If I had to choose 2 of the evils, I'd rather them smoke weed than hit a woman.
It just makes me feel like, it's okay. You can kill someone, but you'll find a job. Do I believe that players deserve second chances? The answer is yes, but it depends on how long after the fact. This is too soon.
This is you heard me rant before. I think it's way too soon. And also, I understand John Dorsey was the GM of the Chiefs.
Yes,
and now
who drafted
Kareem Hunt. And now I understand there's a connection there. I get that, but with this season, the comeback season the Browns just had, do you think that ruins their reputation?
I don't even think
taints it a little bit.
It's not necessary. It is, but it's not.
Think about it, because you signed a man who beat a woman who got dropped from a team less than half a season before you signed him, and he didn't go
for a Super Bowl contender.
For a Super Bowl contender, yeah, from a Super Bowl contending team. That I just don't think it's right, because I think it's just way too soon. It's way too soon.
That's the problem that I have here. I feel like that it's way too soon to give this guy a job. Now, I heard a couple of different things. Number one is that he's not going to play right away.
And Ray Rice is gone from the NFL.
Ray Rice has been exiled.
Ray Rice rocked his wife, but guess what? He's gone.
Ray Lewis was rumored to kill a guy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And he won He actually won 2 Super Bowls.
But I like Ray Lewis. So.
I like Ray Lewis too, but it doesn't disregard the fact that he was in that O.J. Simpson. He clearly killed somebody. I think he was out of the league at that time.
Fit. I'm joking. I know he killed a woman. I'm just saying.
No, I know, but still, Russ, you've been very quiet, and it's okay depending on the opinion that you have. But I want to know, what do you think about the Browns bringing in Hunt, giving him a second chance?
Let's call it. Here's one thing I'll say is that Kareem Hunt. I think this is too soon. I think you guys are right. Well, I think he's right in terms of that sense. It is too soon. You're right about that. But then again,
thanks, Ross.
I said the same thing, but that's okay. Go ahead, it's okay.
Well, you're right too. Then. Anyway, I was going to say was if he got signed by Cleveland and he's out of basically a few months, he gets signed. Then how come Colin Kaepernick's not in the league?
That is an interesting point, though. See, now again. What would you rather happen? I don't care if you're a patriot or not. And by patriot, I mean America, like that kind of thing. But
oh my God.
Would you rather have a guy on your team that beat up a woman or kneel down in peaceful protest for whatever during the national anthem? I'd rather have Kaepernick. Honestly.
You say that, but then people are there's always going to be that one person brings up the talent level.
I get it, but
I'm not trying to be that guy.
I know what you're doing. But Kaepernick didn't even get a call yet.
I'm trying to think outside the box type stuff right now.
No, I get it. That's fine. Continue.
There's always going to be that one guy to say, okay, their talent level here and there, who's better. Ray Rice, he was on he's on downslope from his. He wasn't in his prime. Kareem Hunt is in his prime right now.
How old is he? He's got to be at least 24.
He's 24. This man's young. He's big. He's a new generation of running backs. And Colin Kaepernick, yes, he went to the NFC Championship 49ers.
He was at the Super Bowl.
He was a great quarterback, but he also had a downfall before he collapsed and everything happened.
I get it, but at the time when he was kneeling and stuff, was he a better quarterback than Kareem Hunt was a running back? The answer is no. But the problem is that Kareem Hunt got a second chance before Colin Kaepernick did.
Yes.
You don't have an issue with that whatsoever.
No, I have a big issue because Colin Kaepernick has done a peaceful protest.
Depending on what you feel or not, honestly, I still rather have Kaepernick that,
It should really be in order. It should be Kaepernick first comeback, then Ray Rice, then Kareem Hunt. They should come back in that order.
Danny, I'm going to hit you in your Panther fandom here. Greg Hardy. Who would you rather have, Kaepernick or Hardy?
Not Greg Hardy. I want Colin Kaepernick. Greg Hardy.
It's awful.
Greg Hardy was straight from the hood. That man.
He was ghetto.
He was so ghetto. And he got banned from the UFC too. So I don't
even know what he's doing now. Is he still with the Cowboys?
No, he just had a fight with the UFC UFC, and he got disqualified in his first fight. He needed a guy went on the ground, and that's illegal.
This dude needs help, honestly. But still, this is such a gray area.
And they thought, Greg Hardy, he's a literal animal.
And you know who brought him in? The Cowboys brought him in when it happened.
Oh, Jerry Jones.
Even Jerry Jones didn't even want him. That tells you something.
Yeah, but the thing is I just have a problem where it seems like you punch a woman, it's okay, we'll give you a second chance. You smoke weed, no! Sin! It's like, are you serious?
You knee down? No!
No, but I don't. At some points, whatever. No. You smoke weed, whatever. What if it's medicinal? Seriously, I know it's starting to get legal now, but I would rather my player smoke weed, get a slap on the wrist, than have someone that was clearly on video in the wrong. It might have not looked bad to some people, but it looks bad for the team. This is your brand. This is your player.
He's before Patrick Mahomes, he was the face of the last season.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Before Patrick Mahomes, it was maybe Hunt, Kelsey Hill.
And Alex
in
Smith.
that order.
And then
I know,
Smith.
but I'm talking about face of the franchise.
Yeah.
Smith was never the face of the franchise. Great good quarterback.
Quarterback.
Really good quarterback. Never the face of the franchise.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
He took Kaepernick's job, mind you.
He did? Wait, no. Kaepernick took his job.
Yes, and then he got
in San Francisco.
Yes, and then Kaepernick. Yeah,
yeah.
my
So
fault.
no, it's okay. But it's such an area that really shouldn't even be crossed because again, I know I keep harping on. I'd rather my players smoke weed. I'm serious. I don't want you.
Do you want to smoke weed?
I have never.
Okay.
But honestly, I would rather them do that than be in trouble with the law and get caught red-handed. Kareem Hunt was clearly in the wrong. This guy is a potential face of the franchise this year. His best friend on the team was Patrick Mahomes. They were both supposed to be the future of the Chiefs. And I wish Nick was here so he can vouch. But seriously, Kareem Hunt and Patrick Mahomes was supposed to be, scary, And now it's like, poof. But the Chiefs did the right thing at the time. This was such a bad rep for them as a team that it just didn't look right. Ross, you got something to say?
I was going to say was with Kareem, when I'm comparing a quarterback, Kaepernick, and Hunt, the running back, as great as Kareem Hunt is, and he was great. He was really good with the Chiefs when he played. Here's the problem, though. Quarterback is the most important position in the league.
Yes, you're correct.
You need a quarterback to win, or at least an average to a good quarterback to win. Do you see how many teams that need a quarterback? A lot of teams. Buffalo needs a quarterback. Miami.
No.
Josh Allen.
Well, yeah,
Josh
but
Allen's like the truth.
Not Buffalo. Jacksonville, Miami.
Trash.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Who else? Baltimore? No, not Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson.
Baltimore.
Trying to think who else needs a quarterback. The Jets are fine. The Patriots are obviously fine, but they might need an heir at some point. Who else needs a quarterback?
I'm thinking right now.
The Giants need a quarterback.
Giants need a
Well,
quarterback.
even just like a future
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati. I would put them there.
Quarterback.
I'm trying to think who else. Pittsburgh is okay for now.
For now, they might need an heir soon.
Tampa Bay might need a quarterback.
Yeah,
Winston's going to be back. Winston's going to be back.
I know, but
he's bad.
This is like his last straw at this point.
Literally, his man. I don't know what happened. Marcus Mariota looks like he won that draft, but we're not going to talk about it.
Well, I think you're right, honestly. So, you know what? I'm done with Kareem Hunt. But, Danny, Eric Reed gets an extension with the Carolina Panthers. What do you think of that?
I'm actually very happy with that. He's the one person that I did want to come back this season, other than my love Thomas Davis, even though he's not with the Panthers anymore. But
I think Funchess might leave too.
I want him gone. He has not produced nothing for
Really?
me. Yeah, we need a new wide receiver. He's not been
The Giants are looking at him.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I'd
I'd rather have Corey Coleman.
Corey Coleman.
Yeah, I'd rather have
Corey Lattimore. Even.
I'd like Lattimore too. But, Funchess is okay. I guess.
Well, we also get 3 years, $22 million. That's what he deserved. He played well this season when he did come from San Francisco, and he did get drug tested 7 out of the 11 games that he played, which is funny. But he got what he deserved, and I like him back in secondary because he made our secondary better, even though when we tanked in the last end of the season for no reason.
So, in consensus, what do you think about this deal looking into the future? You think like that's a problem that they just solved? They could build around him on defense? What do you think of it?
I think, because we also got Bradbury, the rookie cornerback, Devontae Jackson, who had 8 interceptions this year as a rookie cornerback, who got into the Pro Bowl, I think, and build around Eric Reed and him. I think we can finally get our secondary back.
Looking forward into the Panthers season, are they the team to beat in that division, or is it the Saints?
Oh, come on now!
I'm serious. Are they an underrated team that you have to look out for?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It all depends on how Cam Newton plays. If Cam Newton's shoulder is hurt and he is bad, we are not a scary team.
You are in trouble.
If he's 100% and ready to go and plays with the energy and fun that he did in the 2015 season and a little bit of this season in the beginning when we're actually winning, then I think I would be a little scared to play us on, honestly. But the Saints are the team to beat in the division, obviously. But I'd be scared if you want to see the Carolina Panthers.
I would be too. If the Panthers make it to the playoffs, you can't take them lightly.
You can never take, and especially with Luke Kuechly as the captain on defense, like that man.
Luke Kuechly is the man.
I talk about a lot about Cam Newton because, of course, he's my favorite player. If anyone didn't know, Cam Newton's my favorite player. Anyone didn't know, but
thanks for clearing that up.
But the thing is, I am a big defensive guy. I love defense, and Luke Kuechly. If I ever wanted to be like an NFL player, I want to be like Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
He's so smart. He is physically gifted, and he knows everything about the defense.
And he's got nice eyes. Right.
I'm gonna slap you.
What, you got a man crush on Luke Kuechly? He's amazing. He's not. Dan, your mouth is like salivating right now.
He's the best linebacker in the league.
He's the best. I love you.
He's the best linebacker in the league. He's the best linebacker in the league.
Okay.
Who do you think's better than Luke Kuechly?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm so like not in football mode now. I can't even tell you one right now.
Maybe Bobby Wagner, but I don't know. No.
Bobby Wagner, who might go to Dallas, and I'm not very happy about that. Man, I can't think of anyone right now.
Because it's Luke Kuechly.
Let me get back to you on that. Honestly, let me get back to you on that. I have to think about that.
The two linebackers in the Pro Bowl were Luke Kuechly.
Alec Ogletree. I'm just kidding with you. Don't give me that death stare.
That was horrible.
No, it's not. He would have been a Pro Bowler if he stayed healthy. 5 interceptions. Count them. 5 interceptions. All right, I'm done with you now. So, guys, that was enough football for now. But don't go anywhere. We will be back in 2 minutes with more WHPC Sports Talk here on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
We got a male, age 20, possible overdose.
Led Zeppelin? The Kinks? Van Halen? What is this? Who did this?
That's exactly correct, Sergeant Johnson. Who did this? This wasn't any ordinary overdose. This was a rock overdose.
It's Rock Overdose, Mondays through Thursdays at 2 p.m. on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. This program is brought to you by Miller's Ale House, located at 3046 Hempstead Turnpike, across from the Tri-County Flea Market in Levittown. Open for lunch, dinner, and late night, featuring a full bar 7 days a week, where you can watch all your favorite teams while eating their zingers, wings, a cheeseburger, and more. More information is available at millersalehouse.com or by calling the Levittown location at 516-520-7000. Miller's Ale House of Levittown is a proud supporter of the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
I like coming back into Prince.
Do you now?
Yeah, you like Prince?
I mean, I like Prince.
So do I. It gets me. All right, enough out of you. I'm Eric Pache, alongside me, Ross Levine and Dan Morales here
who it is.
On the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHBC.
Yeah.
This is WHBC Sports Talk. So, guys, a big thing happened last Thursday, and that was the NBA trade deadline.
Yep.
Now, I want to go over some of the things that happened just after the deadline happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yep.
Because this is close to us. The New York Knicks.
New York Knicks.
Yep, the New York Knicks.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah. No, we're not talking about that right now. So I want to talk to you. Enes Kanter, Wesley Matthews, they got waived by the team. Now I want to know, how can you not find a trade partner for Kanter out of both of them? Kanter's a double-double machine. How can you not find the room to trade him? How can no one want him? Get value.
Isn't it because like the Russian mafia?
No, not Russia. Turkey.
Don't they like want him? Isn't that like that brought him a lot of?
Oh, they want his head like bad.
Yeah, so like that's why no team wants to touch him because like, oh, you get waived here, you're gone.
No, but the thing is, this like, first off, I think he's still unclaimed, which blows my mind, honestly. But Kanter, great rebounder.
Yeah.
Can't play defense that well.
Nope.
Very good team player. And I think he's that kind of piece, number one, that I think can help a championship team. I'm not talking like Golden State, maybe Houston. Maybe
he talked a lot of smack for being waived by the Knicks.
What are you talking about?
Him and Joel Embiid always talked when they played. Ernest Kanter.
Kanter's known for that. Kanter's a huge trash talker.
He's a big trash talker.
He's a very big trash talker.
And he talked trash to the Knicks when he didn't play, too.
Yeah. He's very outspoken, every time at the Garden, which was annoying, by the way. We want Kanter. Kanter would go in on the... He would do that on the bench. He'd be like, yeah, please, But he was all in on that. But the thing that I'm really going to miss about him is that he embraced the Knicks and New York City. Like, honestly, no one I've ever seen. Even Carmelo. Carmelo, who forced a trade here, didn't, what's the word? Engulfed the city as much as Cantor did. And that's the one thing I'll miss about Cantor. Wesley Matthews, who the Knicks got in the Porzingis trade, was terrible. Did not really play that much. And they played him in the final 2 games before the deadline to try and get his value up, and he was garbage.
Yes.
He was so bad. But, of course, we knew that Matthews was going to get waived, I think. We thought that DeAndre Jordan was going to get waived, but it turns out DeAndre Jordan's still here, and I'm okay with that, and they're looking to keep him for the future.
He didn't look that bad.
I like DeAndre Jordan.
Dennis Smith Jr.
See, now...
He's good.
Dennis Smith Jr. was the key in that Porzingis trade, and that's, that was a very good get by the Knicks, honestly. But, it's honestly, if you want to go back down that road and you want to grade the Porzingis trade, you can't yet.
Yeah. You see how Porzingis plays?
No. You got to wait till free agency. Because the Knicks have over $70 million in cap space now. That's room for 2 max free agents. Now, do I think that they're going to get them right now? The answer is no. But you have to shoot for Kevin Durant.
Yep.
That's numero uno right there.
Yep.
You have to shoot for Kevin Durant. If you do not get him, that's a failure. You can live without getting Kyrie Irving, but you should try and shoot for him too.
KD, Kyrie,
and Zion. Yeah. Imagine. I can.
That would actually be crazy. The Knicks would be like, oh my god, the Knicks are back in town.
Oh my god.
I would actually go to a Knicks game.
Listen. The great thing about being a Knicks fan, which I didn't think I would say this year, the great thing about being a Knicks fan right now is no matter how bad the team gets, the Garden is still always full. A lot of those are tourists, but it doesn't matter. It's full. So, that's what you need to shoot for if you're the Knicks. You have to shoot for the big fish, which is Kevin Durant, which is Kyrie Irving. The second-tier guys who I would kind of stray away from, I want to get your opinion on that. Jimmy Butler, I would stray away from. I think he's a head case, honestly, right now. Mm-hmm. He's talking way too much trash. And number 2, I don't think he'll be leaving Philadelphia anyway.
No, I think he's going to stay in Philadelphia.
I think he's going to stay. I think he's a good fit in Philadelphia. The other second tier is probably Kemba Walker, which,
even though I like Kemba Walker, the Knicks don't need him. They have players.
They don't need him, but
I like Kemba Walker a lot. I like him. I'm a big Kemba Walker fan.
Is Kemba Walker better than what they have?
No, I think he's also going to stay where he is.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think
so.
I think he might want to leave. I can see him staying in Charlotte because Michael Jordan said that he wants to re-sign him.
Yeah, it's because Kemba, he can start something there, in my opinion.
You can build something with Walker.
You can build something with Kemba.
And especially in Charlotte, that's a free agency thing.
His step back is the deadliest thing I've seen.
I get it, but again, that does nothing for me if you're on a losing team. So no, and it's hard.
It's hard when you have no other players but you.
It's also hard when you play in Charlotte.
Yeah, and
honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny because I feel like the geography of where the team plays and how good they're doing, I feel like that's a factor. Honestly, like Utah. Utah's a good young team right now. I think they might be a playoff team. I have to take a look at the standings. But they have a bunch of good players to build around. Donovan Mitchell. They have he's not young, but Jay Crowder. They have, what's his name from Duke? Grayson Allen, who I love, by the way. A lot of people disagree with me for that because, he's like the new Christian Laettner. Everybody wants to hate him. It's okay. They just hate him because
he was a pretty bad sport on the court. I'm not going to lie.
It was sometimes.
I can't say what I want to say, but...
Oh, he was a joke.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. He tripped people on purpose.
Yeah, and he got suspended by Coach K of all people. Coach.
When he gets suspended by Coach K, that means
honestly, but seriously, what I'm trying. Hold on, let me see. Utah, where are you? Yep, Utah's a playoff team. Is that an appealing place to go, even with the young team? I feel like the geography counts. Honestly,
I wouldn't mind playing in Utah.
What about Oklahoma City? You got the great players over there, but you want to...
Oh, I would definitely play in OKC.
See, now, basketball's a much different animal because...
the places that you want to play, like Golden State, because the crowd's insane. Like, the places where you can go insane, like Toronto. I want to play in Toronto. Would
you play in New York?
Yes.
Why?
Because I love New York.
No, but that's not the thing.
Oh, why? Media.
Okay.
New York has a lot of money.
Attention.
And... it's always going to be packed in New York, no matter what. There's so many people. Islanders. Islanders, they come back to Nassau Coliseum, the place is mobbing.
I'm not talking about hockey, though. I'm talking about basketball.
I'm just saying in New York in general.
I get it, but that again, if you want to just talk New York sports, the Nets and the Islanders doing great. That's not moving the needle for anybody.
No, but
no one cares about that.
I'm just saying, if I would want to play in New York, because some players they can't handle playing in New York because of all the media attention.
I get it, and especially one thing that was very interesting that was brought up. I believe it was on Friday when we do the show. By the way, listen in. Nick brought up Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi, yes.
I don't think Kawhi would come here.
No, he would not. He's too quiet.
He's too quiet.
New York needs a guy that talks.
No. But you know what's an interesting thing about it? Kawhi was linked to New York and Los Angeles for a very long time, in my opinion. But he's not the player that would go to the Knicks or the Lakers. He's the kind of player that would want to go to the Nets or the Clippers.
Yeah.
Like the big city, but the very under the radar stuff.
Yeah, he's not like the main team of the city.
No, but just think about just New York in general.
Like you think of New York, I'm not thinking. Even though I should be thinking of the Nets right now, I think of the New York Knicks is the first thing I think about.
Right. See, now that's what I'm trying to say.
And Los Angeles, the first thing I think about is the Lakers, not the Clippers.
Now, the Nets are better in terms of talent, but for some reason, just in terms of popularity, for whatever reason it is, they're just always behind the Knicks. Even when the Knicks are so bad, people, whenever they think about New York in terms of basketball, they think of the Knicks first. It's crazy.
It's
and then
tank for Zion.
No, but here's the thing. If I'm a free agent and I want to come to a team, I'm looking at the Nets first.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's production. Yeah. But in terms of popularity, it's going to the Knicks for whatever reason. I'll never know. But we do have a call on the line. Call, you are on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up?
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's happening, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
Just a quick step back as far as Kaepernick and Rice. They were considered because of because of his not bad arm, but mediocre arm, and Ray Rice was at the end of his running back career. You can see how disposable you are to the NFL. And then you got a guy like Kareem Hunt, who was a borderline superstar. NFL looks the other way on something like that. And I'm just saying, do you think there's one person in the United States that's not going to watch football because Kareem Hunt is suited up?
Absolutely not. That's where the NFL has you. The NFL is turning into the national pastime. It's not baseball anymore. Basketball might be a close second because I've been saying this all along. The NBA markets very, very well. They don't market the teams; they market the players. But in terms of the NFL, it's such like a national thing. People are always locked into that because it's honestly maybe once, twice, or three times a week. While with basketball, baseball, hockey, it's pretty much every day there's something going on. So yeah, that's where football has you.
And the new league, and again, I work late on Saturday, so I don't really see it. But you realize it's a stroke of genius by Channel 2. It basically costs them nothing to put the game on, except cameras and an announcer. And again, programming, I'm sure, costs them a lot of money, whether they do a CSI or whatever. And it's basically they just phone up spots. And the beauty of it, when I looked at the roster of teams, most of the teams are from the South. Where football is basically, a religion. So you're going to have fairly good weather relative to, what we get. And, again, you don't have to worry about, a dome or anything playing in something like that. And, again, the crowd, I'm sure, was negligible. But they are, pulling in, as they said, somewhere around 3 million people watching the game at night.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't see enough of the new league. I think it's called the AFL or something like that.
AAF, yeah.
I watched that. I watched my brother and my stepdad.
How was it?
I mean, it's not. You're not gonna remember these guys. Even though I knew one quarterback, Whpc, who played for Arizona State. I knew who that was, but it wasn't bad because the announcers, what they did is when they went through the game and players made plays, they talked about the players and what they did in the past. Like one safety played for the Philadelphia Eagles for 6 games this season, and he got cut, so now he's playing there, and he's trying to make a comeback. One running back played for the Chargers for 3 games and went to practice, got cut, and he had a really good game. It's fun to see the up-and-coming guys, and since football's over, I want to watch football.
And you know what I'm kind of thinking about along with this new league? Wouldn't this technically be the minor leagues for someone to get their second chance?
My little brother said, he's like, Dan, this is the minor leagues of football. And he's like, these players matter because they can get picked up by any point by any NFL team. Sure,
this is like an outlet, honestly.
And literally, because say you stud out in the AFL, you're going to go to the NFL.
Maybe, who knows?
Most likely, if you're the MVP of that league, you going.
Yeah, but if it's Christian Hackenberg, you're not going to sign him.
I'm not saying it's Christian Hackenberg.
He even overthrows the DBs that are behind the wide receivers.
Wow,
I mean,
Dave, that's so true.
I'm kind of happy for him that he's finally getting a chance to play, but it just proves that was like a swing and a miss. Honestly,
and let me ask you a question. And again, I'm a Yankee fan, but let me ask the Met fans questions.
Yes,
if you had signed Harper early, it would have cost you a ton of money, right?
Yes.
Where would your ticket sales be? Not to mention parking, beverages.
It's already ridiculous anyway, but
It would go
I know.
up.
it would definitely go up. It would definitely skyrocket because, of course, the Mets bringing big money moves because that's what they do. No, they don't. But
Nice.
But yeah, the ticket price would definitely go up so much money. Even though the tickets are reasonable now, but with Syndergaard, DeGrom, and all the people that we have right now, Conforto, Cespedes if he's available, when he's available, like the ticket prices are reasonable. That and if we get Bryce Harper, that will just increase ticket sales because we also need that man needs to get paid a lot of money.
And it would have put Cespedes on the back burner instead of you guys worrying.
And one thing, if Cespedes is a competitive player. Hopefully, if that happens, I know. But if it was, maybe he would fight for his job and fight for a spot on the team. If we got Bryce Harper, maybe that would actually make him play and play better.
He's eating Cheerios with his bank book next to him.
I understand.
Don't worry about it. All right, have a good show, guys.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Bye.
Dave from Franklin Square, very, very loyal listener to our show, and we thank you very much.
Whpc.
We honestly, I love when we get calls. You know, if it's belittling us or whatever, it means you're listening.
Call.
And honestly, it just means you're listening. And if we say something that you don't like, or if we say something that you like, it means you listen, and we thank you for that. Honestly, it's
Thank you,
fun.
everyone that's listening. That's on their Alexas.
Yes, thank you very much. If you are listening to us on your Alexa, just simply say, "Hey, Alexa, why don't you put on WHPC?"
Yeah.
And here we are.
And we are Sports Talk.
You know, it's funny when Dave...
I think my grandpa's on an Alexa right now.
In Florida, right?
In Florida, yep, yeah. He's on Alexa.
Same guy.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? He actually brought up a very interesting point. I know we were talking about the NBA, but it blows my mind that Harper and Machado aren't signed yet.
It's been a while. It's been.
You know what I heard?
Close. What's up?
You know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
Bryce Harper and the Giants.
I heard that.
Settling for maybe like a 3-4 year deal.
I heard about that.
Can you imagine if he said this was a guy that was supposed to get 10 years, like over $300 million?
No, I know, and I'm settling for 3-4 because he wants to make the quick cash.
And I heard like the Yankees linked to Machado a lot now. Like there were.
And one thing on the Giants, you know what Baumgartner said to the.
Yes, and I agree with him.
You agree with him? If he has an opener in this game, he's walking out of the stadium.
I commend him for that. I appreciate him for that. And while I get the reasoning behind it, it's kind of diminishing, the starting pitcher. No one wants that, especially if you're a starting pitcher. Yeah. If you're a guy like Scherzer, like Severino, like DeGrom.
It's opening day.
No, but that's not what he means. What he means is like what the Rays did. You pitch for 2 innings, you come out. You pitch for another 2 innings, you come out. You basically, it's what the A's did against the Yankees in the wild card. You started with an opener, and then you kind of worked your way from there. While I get the reasoning behind the genius behind it, and I say genius in air quotes, it makes sense, but it diminishes the starting pitcher. It diminishes guys, as previously mentioned, like Bumgarner, like Scherzer, like DeGrom, like Severino, like Syndergaard. It diminishes guys like Kershaw, like Greinke. I could go on.
Like literally who are meant to pitch 100 pitches and to go 7 innings.
Oh my God, yeah.
So that's what they get paid to do. They're gonna paid to stand there for 2 innings just to have like maybe 5 strikeouts and maybe less than 1 run just to sit there for 2 innings and do nothing.
If the opener continues to be a thing, you might see starting pitcher salaries go down.
No, you will see because they will go down. Doesn't matter how good a starting pitcher you are. If that changes the MLB, then starting pitcher's salary is going to go down,
which I don't like because.
And then what's going to be like? You're going to have an opener pitcher. Is that the new position going to be?
That's what the Rays did. That's what Kevin Cash did, and the Rays won, I believe, like 90 games, a little over 90 games, and they might win more this year. They're going to be a thorn in Boston and New York side. Watch, seriously. They might be in a race for a wild card. Who knows? Before they move to Montreal.
They always give the Yankees issues.
They do. So do the Orioles, and they're bad. I don't get it. But anyway, let's go back to basketball because a huge trade just happened last week. Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic, and Mike Scott from the LA Clippers for Landry Shamet, Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, a lot of protected 2020 first-round pick, a 2021 first-round pick, 2021 second-round pick, and a 2023 second-round pick going to L.A. Guys, Philly got scary, and they're my favorite for representing the East in the NBA Finals. Argue with me.
Toronto.
No.
Toronto.
No.
Kawhi Leonard.
So?
Kyle Lowry.
So?
Kyrie Irving. Celtics.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the Sixers will be able to make it.
Why not?
Because Joel
Embiid, Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick.
Can't shoot a 3.
Jimmy Butler.
Okay, Jimmy Butler scares me a little bit.
Ben Simmons does not scare you at all.
No, not
You're
really.
ridiculous,
Not really.
man. Are you
Not
serious?
really.
How?
Ben Simmons playing the Rising Stars game as a third-year player.
How can you... All right, relax. How...
You know that you're like, oh, you got me there.
Listen,
He's like
how
the Rising Stars
how
game.
can you stand there, look at me dead in the face, and say that you're not scared of Philadelphia?
I mean, they make me quiver a little bit, but like nothing much.
Who would you rather face in a game of 7? All right, no, a 7-game series. Excuse me. Boston, Philadelphia, or Toronto?
Boston.
You would rather face Boston in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
So Philly makes you nervous.
I mean, not really. I'd face Philly next because Toronto's the one that scares me the most.
Okay.
And the Bucks scare me too.
Okay, see, now you're on with something. The Bucks, if you want to talk about sleepers, that's a sleeper right there.
That's a sleeper right
They're
there.
one of the 4 best teams in the East. Is that saying much? No. Because the East is so bad. But
As LeBron previously said, like, I think it was last week, he was like, he's like, now since I'm not in the East, people are nothing they can win because they don't have to go through him.
And he's correct.
And he's so right.
Like, in your defense, when you say Toronto, this is their window.
This is their window. This is literally This
is it.
It's literally LeBronto. It's not. It can't be LeBronto anymore. It's not in the East. But
I mean, maybe if the Lakers get to the final,
he swept the
by himself.
Literally, he swept Toronto through 2 or 3 years in a row.
Look, in your defense, this is Toronto's time to win. LeBron is not in the East. Dwayne Casey is not your coach.
Yes,
I like Nick Nurse. He was the guy that was on the Toronto staff.
The only thing that bothered me is that Toronto doesn't have DeMar DeRozan. I thought he was the key player, but we're not. But that happened.
But speaking of the Raptors, obviously you acquire Marc Gasol for Jonas Valanciunas, C.J. Miles, and Delon Wright, and a 2024 second-round draft pick. Something to note here: Memphis kept Conley. What do you think about that one?
I think that was good. I think that was good for both teams.
I'm kind of surprised that Conley wasn't moved. Honestly. I mean, he says that he didn't want to be traded anyway, but do you really have a say, honestly?
I mean, in this league, not really.
No, you really don't have a say. I think that Toronto really got an A for this trade, and to your point, this is your time to cash in. This is your time to run the East, if you will.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. I think Philly's better. Yeah. I think Boston's
I'm not saying
better.
Philly's bad. I think Philly got a lot better than what they were.
Of course they got a lot better. They got Tobias Harris and Boban Marjanovic.
Tobias Harris is a sleeper. I said that when he got traded.
Tobias Harris, after the season, will be a Brooklyn Net. Watch.
Oh, wow. I can see that. He works at Lifetime.
What?
I saw him at Lifetime. Yes, I saw it here.
Really?
Yes, me and my friend took a picture of him.
That's actually really funny.
He's humongous.
He's very humongous, and he's a Long Island prodigy.
Yes, that's why I saw him at Lifetime. Yeah.
So, you know what, just to quickly round it out, because there was quite a lot of NBA trades, but we just want to finish out on this one. The Philadelphia 76ers traded former number 1 overall pick Markelle Fultz to the Orlando Magic for a pick, I believe.
I
think
don't like
so.
that one.
I don't like. You know what? I actually kind of like it.
The only reason
he was sitting on the bench.
The only reason why I'm not a big Markelle Fultz fan. I don't think he's going to be good, but I want him to be good. I want him to have like a D'Angelo Russell type story. Even though D'Angelo Russell, did something completely different. I want him to go to a new place and regen himself at a new place. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to point. I'm trying to get across. Like, he went from Philadelphia, where he's expected to do all this and that, and he got cut, and it's gonna be the rock bottom for him, and all he can do is rise up from there, or he's gonna be done.
Listen, while you may be right, honestly, I love this trade. You get rid of a guy like Fultz, and he was just taking up a spot on the bench.
He was.
But guys, this show is brought to you by the lovely people here at 90.3 WHPC, and it's time for us to bring in the closer. So, Ross, what do you got to round out the show?
Just one thing is that Ennis Canner and Wesley Matthews are gone. Wesley Matthews was there for 5 minutes, and get a cup of coffee, and you are gone. And
correct.
The other one is about the New York Knicks. They've lost 16 in a row. Just keep on losing,
They're about
guys.
to lose 17.
Just keep on losing, and I'll be a Knicks fan still.
All right.
On to you.
All right, Dan.
All right, so the Sixers are pretty scary. I was lying to you, and they beat the Lakers by 23 points. And the Celtics, I really do not like. I never liked the Celtics, and I'm happy they blew a 23-point lead and lost.
I think Kyrie's going to leave
by 11. Kyrie's going to leave. Where to? Hopefully,
Knicks.
New York.
Now we'll see. So to round it out for me, obviously the Knicks play tonight in the Zion Bowl against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nobody's going to want to win this game. You're going to see a very low-scoring game tonight.
March Madness.
No, yeah, March Madness is coming up, and we'll be doing that, and we'll be doing that in About a couple of weeks.
At Danny Morello on Instagram, you know who it is.
So, from Ross Levine, from Danny Morales, I'm Eric Pachetti saying in the wise words of Jack Black, I will catch you guys on the flip-flop.